Hello, Nelly.
Hello, Sonia.
So, how do you establish the price of the innovations in your company?
So first, are we talking about product innovation or service innovation? It's really important to make the differences between the two of them. On top of that, I'm gonna list you many ways of how I establish those prices based on my least preferred method to my most preferred one, of course. So the first one will be to look at the competition, the competitor prices, to see what they are doing in the market, and to kind of copy them. But then, if they go into the hole, we're gonna follow them. So definitely not my recommended one. The second one will be to look at the cost of your product and try to put on top of that a margin rate so that you attain the goal of your company in terms of your strategy. Another one will be if maybe the product is an innovation for your own market, in French, let's say, but not an innovation in the US. So, so you could look at what has been done in the US and try to apply it to your own market. Another way of doing that, which is my most preferred one, would be to try to identify the competitive advantage, the specific features that could trigger a willingness to pay among your customers, and try to monetize them in sort of in trying to access a premium that you're gonna put on a regular price to have your innovative price. And another one would be to try to identify in your historical data a similar product which has been introduced in the market at a certain price and which encounters certain volume, certain traffic, and try to apply the readings, the results of this strategy in the past to the future.
And what advice would you give to anyone who, for the first time, want to establish the price of an innovation?
I think the most important thing is to clarify your objectives. Many people rush into pricing thinking that this is the end of the goal, but in pricing your product, in introducing your product in the market, look at the whole picture. Do you want to increase the market share of the product categories of your company? Do you want to attract more customers to your company? Do you want to create a buzz, a communicating buzz, not really having quantitative goals? Or do you want to improve your profit? So once you have clarified your objectives, then, and this is really, really important, you should separate the teams that are in charge of pricing the products to the team that introduce the product, the innovative product on the market. And why is that? Because usually when you introduce something to the market, a new product, a new service, you are kind of in love with your product or your service. So
you tend to overvalue.
Exactly, you tend to overvalue the product because it means something to you, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be the same willingness to pay for the customer. So separate the two teams. And finally, you should absolutely run quantitative and qualitative analysis. Many simulations based on different hypotheses, because that's the only way to compare all the hypotheses and the simulations that you could think of on a more kind of level ground. So.
And test market, you think, can be suitable for establishing innovation?
I think test market is a great tool when it comes to regular products that have been in the market for quite a long time, because customers know perfectly the usage, what they are doing with the products. With innovative products, it can be a little bit tricky because it can be so innovative that only the pioneer, only a very little niche of customers really can access the whole value of the product. So when you try to create a customer group representative of the market, you can create a wrong group, and then you're going to have the wrong results, because it can tell you that, oh, your product sucks and it doesn't have a place in the market, whereas there's a need, but there's a need that the customers haven't identified yet, and it's gonna take time for them to do so.
And you will reject a product for the wrong reasons.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
You're
Nelly.
welcome. Thank you.